The longest, most grueling off-road race in America is about to kick off. It is Vegas to Reno 2020. Thank you guys for joining us. And we told you on this channel, on this page, we're going to take you inside the sport. And that's what we're going to do right now. Stay with us all throughout this interview as we give you a taste of unlimited trophy truck. Let's go meet a man who is entering his 5th Vegas to Reno. He's very excited in the unlimited category. We're going to find all about what it's like to prepare for this race. We're going to learn every little detail of his truck. Let's go meet young Christian Sourapas. Christian, here we are, man. Vegas to Reno 2020. Your trophy truck is ready to rumble. How you feeling here? What's the excitement level like?
Excitement level's pretty high, actually. Had a less than desirable qualifying run. Just got stuck in the dust and we had some GPS issues, so I pretty much had to drive with what I could see, and it cost us dearly. So looked like we ended up in the 19th spot, which isn't horrendous, but we definitely have our work cut out for us today. We got quite a handful of guys that we normally qualify in front of ahead of us, so hopefully it works to our advantage and a couple of those guys fall out and might even give us a big air gap. And if that's the case, then we're just gonna be ready to rumble, because this race has been won from guys in the back before. So hopefully we can take advantage of that, but can't always bank on that.
I heard qualifying was a little bit strange, a little bit controversial. How long was qualifying?
Qualifying was about 7 miles, or give or take, but it seemed like it was 700 miles just because it was so dusty. I mean, I came to a dead stop twice, which in qualifying, that's unheard of. So
now, is it strange for you to enter a 514-mile race and the qualifier is only 7 miles? Does it seem like it doesn't add up?
I mean, it's pretty typical for Best in the Desert to have short sprint qualifiers, but I mean, I wouldn't be so opposed to have longer, like 30-mile loop qualifiers, just because I think it separates the field a little bit more. And ideally, I mean, that's a whole different conversation I can have about ideas that we can have for qualifying. I mean, personally, I love what King of the Hammers does with qualifying the morning of the race, because pretty much you have to run what you brung, and you don't have any of these special setups, special tires. Pretty much what you bring to the race is sort of what you bring to qualify, where here in Best in the Desert, we have a full day to turn the truck around, pretty much bringing a brand new truck to race day. So that's pretty much what we did. Brought a whole qualifying setup and took it off the truck, and now we're ready to rumble for the race.
Christian, a little bit about you. You're 22 now.
24.
24. I'm sorry. Wow, you're growing up quick here. Time's flying.
Yeah.
Former college athlete, sprinter at SC.
Yep.
How much do you think that competitive edge helps you in this sport?
Oh, I mean, well, team sports, especially at a Division I level, is huge. I mean, being able to really become a leader in this team. Normally it was my dad really just calling the shots, but me being able to be around a team and learning from different aspects, whether it's motorsports or college sports, it's definitely helped me a ton. And this team is so riled up and so amped up for this race. I mean, they want to win more than I want to win. So you know you have a good team when that's the case.
Very cool. Now, for those that may not be in the know, could you give us a little tour of your truck and what it's all about?
Yeah, so this is actually the old Geyser truck. So this truck actually won a Best in Desert Championship in 2012, I believe, and also 2015. Super excited to bring this truck back. It's been on a little hiatus since the Baja 400. And some of the biggest names in off-road have driven this. Andy McMillan, Rob Mack, my dad, Steve Sourapas, Cameron Steele. I mean, this truck has had some great drivers behind the wheel, so it's an honor for me to be able to pilot it for at least the first 380 miles today, give or take. But to give you a tour, we got some 40-inch BF Goodrich tires, and they're paired with some Vision wheels, forged Manx beadlock wheels. They're the best wheels on the market. If you're not running them, you're already at a disadvantage. So I couldn't think of a better combo than this. Right here is going to be my office for the day. We got some Cobra seats. Right here is going to be the push to talk, and here's the siren. We're gonna use that a lot today, hopefully.
Now, the sirens to tell people to get out of the way, or
driver GPS. I don't really use it because my eyes should be looking forward on the road, but I don't think we're short for GPSs because we also have the lead nav set up right next to the co-driver GPS just in case. We got the man behind all the scenes right here, Taurus Courtney. He's been helping getting this truck ready to go, and really, if we do well today, he's gonna have a huge hand in it.
Okay. I mean, people don't realize how important that co-driver is. Yeah. How essential is that for you as a driver?
Oh, co-driver is super important. I'm lucky to have Chase and Gaunt ride with me. He's a young guy as well, 24 also, and he's been around the block. He's ridden with some really good guys. I know he's been with Smiley Motorsports for a while, and we've developed a good friendship, so we connect really well off the course. And it's going to be our first race together, but I'm super excited what Juicy's going to bring.
Excellent. Before we move around to the front of the truck, one question I got to ask is, how would you describe what it's like to sit in that seat, and what type of speeds are you going to reach here in the desert?
We're going to see anything from 2-mile-per-hour rock crawls to 140 across dry lake beds.
So 140 through the desert in that seat. What is that like? How would you describe that?
Best way I can describe it is it's the most fun you can have with your clothes on.
Well said. Well, you know, it's funny that we see drivers out here from Formula One, Dakar, all walks of motorsports, and they all say the same thing. This is the most fun I've ever had.
Right. It's not the same circle every single time you go around it. All the time, or every mile on this course is going to be new for me. So I haven't pre-ran this track at all. I haven't raced this race in 2 years, so it's going to be pretty foreign to me. So I'm just going to have to listen to my co-driver, trust the notes, and keep the rubber side down for sure.
We wish you the best here. Now, continuing on with this tour, what do we have power in this machine?
So we put in a brand new 474 Dugan's racing engine Ford, and this thing screams. This truck originally had a patent engine's 454 engine, but that 474 block definitely added a bit more torque. So it's not a big block per se, so we're going to be a little bit disadvantaged in the high speed, but in other sections like the washes and stuff, we're going to be just fine. And then we got big Fox shocks on here.
Yeah, tell me about the suspension on these.
Yeah, we got SDG doing all the tuning work on it, and really this truck hasn't really gone too far away from the original tune when it was built 11 years ago. So this truck just works amazing. Honestly, it's up there with our all-wheel drive Mason truck. It's very, very hard to upset this truck. You have to mess up pretty badly to get yourself into a hairy situation with this thing. So I'm going to be more pleased with the setup. That's going to be an advantage for us today.
Something that really makes you guys unique. I'd like to walk around to the back and see if you could show the tools that you carry.
Yeah.
Because you have to be set up for anything that could happen out there in the desert. It's not like NASCAR. You can't just pull into the pit. I mean, we do have some pits, right? How many pits do we have?
We have 13.
13 pits?
Yes.
Now let's take a look right here. What do we? I know we got obviously 2 tires. Okay, what else do we have?
2 tires. We got the jack right here with the handle to change the tires. Hopefully that's going to stay there the whole day. And then we got a wrench down here just to take the lug nuts off, just in case our electric impact in the co-driver's seat doesn't work. Right here, we got our vent and our fuel, and we're going to stab it with a Pressure Pro, and this thing is going to take roughly around 108 gallons in hopefully less than 40 seconds. So wow, that's pretty fast.
That's insane.
That's not your normal Chevron fuel stop for sure. We got spare drive shafts, fire extinguishers for safety. We got some GoPros because those are much needed.
Absolutely.
And that white puck thing is the MSAT. So what's cool about MSATs, PCI got that all set up for us, is that you can be essentially almost anywhere in the world that has capability of satellite connection and be able to hear the truck. So my mom down in San Diego, hi mom, can be on the couch and hear our radio communications crystal clear.
Well, I'm sure that helps her.
I don't think she wants to know what's going on with the
yeah, I know, right?
That's why she's not here, because I think she gets a little scared. And she feels safer with the 2 dogs at home. So.
Well, you are going 140 over desert whoops with God knows what around the next corner.
Right.
That leads me to my next question. How in the world do you train for this? How do you prepare for something like this?
I mean, off-road, yeah, it's physical. It's a little bit physically demanding, but really I think it's more mental, and sort of like golf in a sense, where if you can't get too down on yourself, if you're losing time somewhere, if you make a mistake, you kind of got to have a short memory. And that's something that I learned from track and field in college, is that you can't dwell on stuff that happens in the past. All the races that happened in the past, or even 5 miles ago, none of that matters. You got to just keep pushing forward and staying determined with the eyes on the prize, because if you just have any kind of lapse of focus at all, I mean, you could get you and your co-driver really hurt. So I think that's the toughest thing, be mentally locked in for 550 miles.
Roughly, what's the cost to get involved if somebody dreamed of doing this?
For what kind of class?
Your class, trophy truck. Let's go unlimited.
Well, trophy truck, they say that buying the truck is the cheapest part, and you got a truck like this that would probably, from Geyser Bros, and don't quote me on this, will probably be upwards towards $500,000, where our Mason all-wheel drive is going to be surplus $800,000.
Wow.
So that's just buying the truck. And then when you get into prep costs and stuff like that, it's going to cost 30 to 50 grand to get this thing ready to go for a race, and the all-wheel drive is going to be 50 to 80 grand.
That's amazing.
So,
and then after the race, I mean, you're tearing it all the way back down to the frame, right?
Down to the frame. Got to make sure that every nut, bolt, shock, tire, engine, transmission, all of it's ready to go, because like I said, we're going such extreme speeds that nothing can go left unnoticed, because like I said, when we're going this fast, I'm putting my life and my co-driver's life in the hands of my crew chief. So that's why trust is a big part in motorsports.
It sure is. Being that you're going to be behind the wheel for 7-8 hours, are you worried at all about fatigue?
Not at all.
You know you're in good shape, right? You can handle this.
Not at all. I think fatigue's for the weak. Anybody can dig deep and finish this race. It's this race is 515 miles, but it's not the most difficult 515 miles. I'd probably say 250 miles in San Felipe is much more abusive than 515 miles across this Vegas desert. Not that I'm trying to take away any of the difficulty of this track, just based off the fact that you see a lot of high speed and not a lot of big holes. It's really mainly graded roads.
How many times have you entered Vegas to Reno?
This will be number 4.
What's your best finish here?
First time I raced it was in 2015 in the 6100 truck with my brother, and we won by 20 minutes. So, and it's gone downhill from there.
So what would make you really happy today and put a smile on your face?
What would put a smile on my face is getting the truck to my dad at pit 10, I believe, Hawthorne, in perfect condition so he can go and get a top 5 finish.
Awesome, man. Anything you'd like to add?
No, just thanks Lucas Oil for all the coverage, and be sure to check out the live show.
You got it, man. We'll let you get ready, and we wish you the best of luck today.
Thank you.
I thank you guys so much for watching this interview and leaving your feedback. This is a brand new outlet, brand new page. If you love off-road racing, this is your spot. So please like Off-Road Racing Insider on Facebook. Please subscribe to Off-Road Racing Insider on YouTube. We'll get you covered if it's short course, if it's desert, if it's UTV, ATV, dirt bike. We got your back, guys. Please help us. Let's see if we can get this thing to 100 subscribers. How about that? That's the goal for now. Of course, if you like motorcycles, head on over to the Cycle Drag YouTube channel. That's also one of our passion products that we are approaching 200,000 subscribers. So let's see where this thing's at. This is the very beginning. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate all the feedback. If you're a racer, if you have questions, if you have stories, leave that all down below, guys. We're here for you. Thanks so much.